The history of the children of Israel and the Jewish nation is one when the words Jew and Israel are read or seen anywhere, religiously or emotionally, for whatever reason. Most Muslims around the world react negatively. What is the reason behind this? The reason lies in some historical ambiguity. Between the Jewish conspiracy and the brutal persecution of innocent Palestinians by the UN member state of Israel in the current context, moreover, the conflict in Gaza and the West Bank, and most recently as President Donald Trump's declaration of Holy Jerusalem instead of Tel Aviv, the capital of Israel, have led to a resurgence of anti-Semitism among ordinary Muslims. But this is the back of the coin. What is on the other back? It is common knowledge that Palestinians are being persecuted, but what is Israel's point of view? On what basis did the Jews flee Jerusalem? Why do they believe that this holy land is only theirs? If this had not been done on the part of the Jews, this conflict would not have arisen, so anarchy, instability, injustice, whatever the name may be, is deeply rooted in the history of the Jewish nation, the history that always believed. For the Jews, from the very beginning, this historical series will gradually present the history of this nation from the point of view of Muslims and Jews. It is also known as Bani Israel. This series will help you to know not only the religious point of view, but also the belief behind the occupation of the Holy Land. The events from the time of Prophet Jacob, peace be upon him, to the time of Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, before the beginning of Christianity, will be told from both sides of the coin. How do the Jews did the same events that are explained in the Holy Quran and Tafsir Ibn Kathir? We will fill in the blanks with the events that are not in the Tafsir or in the Holy books of the Muslims, with the events of the Jews themselves. Through it will become clear why they are sitting in the Holy Land. In this series, we will find out the details of the miraculous Ark, Debat, Shekinah, or Ark of the Covenant, what do the Quran and the Jewish scriptures say about it. What happened from Moses, peace be upon him, Joshua, peace be upon him, David, peace be upon him, Solomon, peace be upon him, to Jesus, peace be upon him, to show the future of the Holy Land. How was the nation of Israel liberated by dividing the Red Sea from Egypt? Why did they have to be punished in the desert year after year before reaching the Holy Land? Then why and how were the Jews exiled from the Holy Land? What was their fault? Why did they bring Jesus, PDH, or Jesus Christ? Who were they waiting for? How was the temple built? And now after returning to this land after so long, or what happens to the Jewish nation, we will try to find out the answers to the questions little by little from Islamic sources as well as books on the Torah of the Jewish faith and other prophets. We will also look into whether the Hebrew Bible or Tanakh, along with the Jewish commentary and theology, the Talmud, contain anything in this regard. The word Jew or plural Jew is Hebrew. The oldest of the Semitic religions is Judaism. Many ask why the Jews say Jew in English. From the Aramaic word Yahudai comes the Greek word Yadayas, pronounced Hebrew or Jewish in Hebrew. And then the word Y at the beginning of the word is replaced by J in the European language. He is Jewish. The original Judean word literally means one who lives in the province of Judea, but the Hebrew, Huda, of that Judea actually means one who surrenders. The Arabic word Muslim means the same. Judah was the fourth son of the prophet Jacob, peace be upon him, or Israel, peace be upon him. His descendants lived in that province, but technically, the Israelites are called Jews. In fact, a Jew may be an atheist besides he is more of a Jewish atheist than a religious person, but besides he is a descendant of Israel, he will be known as a Jew by race or ethnicity. The Jews call them Zionists. From the founding of the State of Israel to all the plans for the occupation of this land and its implementation, we now see the practical application of Zionism. It began in the late 19th century, and its founder was a Jew named Theodor Herzl. The word Zionism comes from Zion, Zion is a hill in Jerusalem. The southern part of the Temple Mount where the temple is located, since this place is the holiest place in Jerusalem, the word Zion refers to Jerusalem or the city of David in this case. The Zionist movement is the movement for the restoration of Zion or the Jerusalem of the Jews, in the broadest sense, to occupy the whole Holy Land. We will know what this Holy Land actually means only if we proceed slowly in this series. However, there will be many questions in the minds of the viewers about the topic of this series. It will be answered in different episodes in stages. Knowledgeable viewers can ask the questions in the comments section, but even the innocent Jewish families, who may not support this doctrine, are hated for the blasphemous actions of the Zionists. Although the oldest Semitic religion, the number of Jews is very small, but they are located in many influential places, according to IsraelNationalNews.com. Although the oldest Semitic religion, the number of Jews is very small, but they are located in many influential places, according to IsraelNationalNews.com. The world's Jewish population is currently 1.4 million, that means only 0.2% of the world's population of Jews. 8.3 million are in Israel and the rest are in the rest of the world, mainly in the United States, France, England and Canada. 85% of Israel's population is Jewish. The Jews, like the Muslims, trust their lineage from Abraham, that is, the father of Abraham, Ibrahim, as two main sons, Ishmael and Isaac, according to the Jewish Torah. Gave birth to 6 more sons after Ibrahim, in the womb of his third wife, Keturah. Meanwhile, Isaac's son was Jacob. Another name for Jacob was Israel. This is the name the Jews have adopted. That is, our history will start from Jacob. But this is history but only in religious history. Archaeological research, these are not taken into account, not that nothing has been found at all, but very few things have been found so far. The current language of the Jews is Hebrew. Although 2000 years ago Aramaic was the spoken language in that region, Hebrew being the main writing language, they call Hebrew the sacred language. The use of Hebrew was good until about 2000 AD, but then for about 16th centuries Hebrew was just a dead language. But in 1881 Eliezer began work on reviving the dead language in Ben Yehuda, and in the early 20th century Hebrew became fully operational. Hebrew is now the state language of Israel, Arabic, the sacred language of the Muslims, and Hebrew, the sacred language of the Jews, are both Semitic languages. So there are many similarities between them, both are written from right to left. However, the vowel is more pronounced in Hebrew than in Arabic. As far as basic is concerned, it is already known, and also what you need to know will be mentioned as a place. Now it is time to enter this story. But let us start now without let us get lost in the Middle East long ago, when the word Jew did not come into use. About 70 years before the birth of Christ, the man set off from a desert called Beersheba. The destination is his, lost. He plans to take a break there. When he reached Haran, his son had said, he decided not to travel back. He picked up a stone wherever he was and lay down under his head, and immediately fell asleep. He woke up in a very strange dream. He said to himself in a dream, I didn't know it was God's place. He named the place Bethel. Beth means house in Hebrew, and El means God. So Bethel means house of God, and the man's name, Hodrot Yaakov. This incident is mentioned in Ibn Kathir in the Torah and Tahrir of the Jews. But what was the dream that he thought it was, and how or after this story was told by his son who wrote himself. From a slave in Egypt to the right hand of the ruler of Egypt, more than that, in the Holy Quran, and where the children of Israel were considered the best nation of the time it was called Sarahal. Bakara, how did they start falling from such a height? According to both Islam and Judaism, or what did they do? I am finishing here today. I will come back again with some new information from the pages of history. Until then, Pajanto will be fine. Please subscribe my Real Proof English YouTube channel and stay with us by liking, commenting and sharing. Thanks.